Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Reeves Center, one of our municipal buildings here in the District of Columbia. And it is also the location of the district's Snow Command Center. As you all have heard by now, there's a tremendous forecast for snow that is going to hit the mid-Atlantic. We expect to be in the storm's path beginning on Friday. The forecast range as early as 8 a.m. up to 4 p.m. But it's still Wednesday, and we know that those forecasts are getting more refined with each passing hour. We expect that the snow could last throughout Friday night into Saturday, and possibly into Sunday. You've heard the forecast that range anywhere from 1 foot to 2 feet of snow. Now, I tend to be optimistic, so, maybe it'll pass us. But we are preparing nonetheless for the worst case scenario. I've just met with our snow operations team, and which includes DPW, which is the lead agency for our snow operations, DDOT, DGS, HSEMA, and also our Serve DC team, as well as our MOCR team and our community affairs team. Today was our first was my discussion with them about the snow event that is coming our way this Friday. Tomorrow at 11:15 a.m., we will talk to you in some specifics about the deployment of our resources. Part of our reason for being here today is because this year we have, for the first time, recruited volunteers to help people, seniors and people with disabilities all around the District of Columbia be prepared for snow events and to clear the snow. I'm very proud to report that Serve DC has recruited 2,000 volunteers to help with the snow. And residents of the District of Columbia have been calling to ask for help with snow, but also to be included on what we call an exemption list. You may recall that the council passed legislation changing the regime for how residential owners are treated in snow events. Our approach has been to ask DC residents to help each other, and that is why we have pulled together the DC Snow Team. So today, starting today, people who have volunteered and who have been assigned a neighbor to help are going to come to 2 locations, one today and one tomorrow in the District of Columbia, to pick up their DC residential snow team plow. I am really happy. I think we're all our snow team volunteers. All right, snow team volunteers, give them a big round of applause. And among them is the DC Snowball Fight Association. Where are they? Thank you, Snowball Fight Team Association, for being here to help your fellow neighbors. We encourage people who need more information to visit serve.dc.gov or call us at 727-7925. I also want to thank Miss Senior DC, who is here, Wendy Bridges. Thank you, Miss Senior DC.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are especially asking residents to look in on their senior neighbors during this snow event. Being that this will be a multiple day event, The temperatures will be cold. We're also on the lookout for any, if the snow is the quality that is heavy and wet, and it's also going to be windy. Just as I was walking over, I understood that the National Weather Service upgraded the warning to a blizzard warning. So we know what that means. That means that we could also lose power. When it's cold, it's snow, people are shut in, and there's the possibility of power outages. Then it's more than just a nicety to look in on a neighbor. It becomes a necessity. So we're asking everybody to look in on their neighbors. So with that, I'm going to ask our DPW director very briefly to give a quick update and prelude to what we're going to talk about tomorrow at 11:15. Chris Shorter.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you all. So we just met with the DC Snow Team, which includes a number of partner agencies, and we'll be prepared tomorrow morning during our press avail to talk about the district's planned deployment. This means how many trucks, personnel, vehicles we'll have out, the duration of the operation. Given the current forecast, we'll be able to make a pretty detailed recommendation in terms of the number of staff that will start the deployment and the number of staff that we'll have on the DC roads during the inclement weather event. Given the forecast, given the recent detail given to us by the National Weather Service of an upgrade in terms of the blizzard conditions, that will also go into our determination in terms of how many staff we'll have out on especially Saturday during the middle of the storm. We're very excited. The DC Snow Team includes well over 800 personnel from the district and our partners, and so we're going to do our very best to make sure that the DC roads are cleared as quickly as possible. What this means is that once the inclement weather event ends, that we're going to be on the DC streets, clearing streets and making sure that major thoroughfares and residential routes are cleared. The DC snow operation includes 71 routes, primary and secondary, and 82 residential routes, and we'll be making sure that those routes are our priority during the snow event.
I'm also joined by Delano Hunter and Lindsay Parker, who have been and are working with our DC Snow Team, and a residential snow team, and they'll join me to answer any questions. Okay, so I'll take a few questions on topic. Yes, Tom.
Mayor, this is the first snow season in which residents and businesses can face fines, $25 for residents, $150 for commercial people who don't clear the snow. Are you prepared to enforce that new law this year?
We're really focused, Tom, on clearing the snow, and that will be our focus. We haven't had a forecasted storm of 24 inches in my memory, and I heard somebody say today that it's only happened twice in the district in a single storm. And our approach, it is important that we clear sidewalks. That's why we're here today, to remind every resident that that is your responsibility and it's required by the law within a certain time, and I'll let the team respond to that specifically. We're also most concerned about areas that lead to public transportation. And we want everybody to be focused on that as well.
There will be ticket writing.
There will be snow clearing for sure. I can promise you that. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am. Please identify yourself.
I'm Heather from WMAL Radio. As you know, there's a CAPS game on Friday and Sunday, and Wizards are at home on Saturday. Is there any talk of encouraging those teams to cancel those games if conditions warrant?
Certainly, we're going to encourage every business to be cognizant of weather conditions. We're not prepared at this point to say that anybody should cancel their activities.
What about shutting down government or the schools on Friday? Any thought to that? And would you make an early call on that if conditions warrant?
We will only make that call if conditions warrant. I think everybody knows, Chris just talked about the number of DPW workers that we'll need on hand to clear the snow. The types of calls that we get throughout that weekend, that's when local government actually is needed the most. So we're going to make every effort to have our buildings opened. Our children at DCPS are actually already scheduled for early dismissal on Friday because I'm told it's a record-keeping day. So the kids are at this point expected to arrive at school on time and be dismissed midday. Yes.
James Wright, Afro-American newspaper. Have you been in contact with neighboring jurisdictions in terms of a regional approach to this storm?
Yes, thanks for that question, James. So the team, and I'll have Chris add a little bit more, there is a regional group that has a call that they have already convened to talk about regional issues, and that group includes the utility company. So let me have Chris say a little more.
The group is called MATOC. This is the Metropolitan Area Transportation Coordinating Program. We have been working with that particular group as well as COG, the Council of Government, throughout the year to make sure that we're, as a region, prepared when events like this occur. And so we are scheduled to talk with that group later on this afternoon and evening, and we'll be talking with them constantly over the next 48 hours to make sure that we have a regional approach and not just a district approach to making sure that we're prepared for the storm.
Matt? Sure.
I'm wondering what's taking place today. Are we having the plows put onto trucks? Is there any action taking place behind the scenes today to get ready? I know we're still a couple of days away.
Yes. So anything that you might expect to get the fleet, the personnel geared up is happening, in addition to making sure that if we need to enhance our fleet, that we have the ability to do that through any means that's necessary. So that's ongoing. And then we will talk to you tomorrow about the specific number of vehicles and the types of deployment. Yes.
On Friday, the annual March for Life is occurring in the city. There's anywhere usually from 200,000 to 400,000 people marching on Constitution Avenue up to the Supreme Court. Even with the bad weather, the march is not going to be canceled. They've announced they are going to hold the march. Any special plan for what happens downtown? If you have that many people on the city streets, and OPM lets people out early.
That is certainly our HSEMA and our team, our public safety team, will be focused on any number of people like that. I'm sure that we'll talk with our federal partners, too, about what their plan is. We've already asked for additional National Guard vehicles, and we would be prepared to ask for personnel as well. But we, just as was the earlier question from MAL, we always, our public safety team always looks for crowds, whether it's sports activities or any special events that have been permitted by the district or the feds, to make sure that our public safety team is prepared. We would, of course, expect any entity that's organizing to look out for the safety of their participants. Yes.
Can you talk about efforts to get the homeless off the streets?
Sure, and let me ask our deputy mayor, if she's still here, to come up and talk about our human services. Over the last several days, we have already been operating in a cold emergency, and so Brenda Donald will tell you what that means.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Thanks for the question. Certainly, we have opened up a number of additional warming centers and what we call the hypothermia shelters, which we keep open 24/7. We have also increased our outreach to people who are on the streets to encourage them to come in for shelter. And we also have, the law allows us, if people are refusing to come in and we're concerned that they are at risk, that we can bring them into shelter. We have additional vehicles as well through our partner UPO, and OSSI also provides buses for additional outreach. So we're prepared and deployed and ready to do everything we can to keep our neighbors safe.
Yes.
Follow up on that.
supposed to be a little warmer on Thursday before in advance of the storm. Will you keep the cold weather emergency on to try to continue that effort?
Yes, we definitely will keep it on. We don't want to turn it off and turn it back on. We certainly are working with all of our partners to prepare for this snow emergency, so we'll keep operations going.
Okay, Sam?
Is there any kind of shift change for, I know we're having shift changes as reporters. Is there any shift changes for government workers in terms of, working 12-hour shifts or things like that?
I think right now we're looking at the deployment. The snow team already has a shift that they work during these times. So let me let Chris say a little bit more. We'll certainly say a little bit more. Right. So the answer is that they have a shift that they're prepared to work, but we're looking at everything, given that it's a multiple-day event, and we will make sure that we deploy not just the snow. Sometimes people think that when we have a snow event, it's just DPW or it's just DDOT. It's the whole government who has responsibilities here. So the city administrator and I today actually, when we finish, are going to be talking about the whole government's responsibility to help our snow team. Yes?
Your administration was criticized for its response to a relatively small snowstorm about a year ago. What have you learned since then, and why will this one be different?
Well, I think that we've learned a lot. I think we learned on the first day of our administration, we made some assumptions about how fast the snow was coming, and we didn't delay the government's opening. And by 10:30 that morning, all the streets were clear. So we learned a lot. I think that the snow team knows my expectations, and I know what they're able to deliver.
Mayor, is there a plan if residents lose power during a storm?
What do you mean specifically?
Out to any of those residents, or is there some kind of contingency?
Well, we will work with the power company to make sure people are restored just as soon as possible. And we have the network of the residential snow team to alert us to the possibility of people being in trouble, and then we will activate warming centers. Yes?
You mentioned the National Guard. What's the reason for calling them?
In the case that we need additional vehicles, especially for hard-to-reach areas. So I don't know how many vehicles we'll get, but they have access to a fleet of Humvees. Yes? What's your name, sir?
Fred Allen from District Government Credit Union.
Okay.
Last time there was blackout power outage in this building. And is there any contingency plans with the government building?
Yes. The question, one of the questions we learned from the first snowstorm was that this building lost power, and now we don't have that problem because I don't know if DGS wants to say anything more specifically, but the generator works. Does that get it, Admiral? The generator works? Okay, yes.
Mayor Bowser, obviously the forecast is still changing over the next 2 or 3 days, but does the city at this point have any expectations about closures stemming into next week, on Monday, DCPS or government agencies?
Well, that will be virtually impossible to say today. Okay. Yes.
Mary Kim Allen, CNN. As we watch the models change, what is your biggest concern right now? I mean, it looks like we could get something huge. What's your biggest concern right now?
My biggest concern would be power. It would be power. If this is a blizzard and we have sustained winds and people lose power and it's cold over a sustained period of time, that would be my biggest concern. We can move the snow, and we will move the snow, and but that would be my biggest concern, is that we're able to get to people who are vulnerable. Thank you.